Yeah, guys, the Iowa football team is hitting the road this weekend to take on the Spartans of Michigan State.
Last time the Hawks played MSU was in the 2015 Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis when they lost on a touchdown by Spartan freshman L.J. Scott with only 27 seconds left in the game. A couple of the Hawkeyes talked about what they need to do to contain Scott and the Spartans.
I think being able to have a fast start will definitely help quiet the crowd a little bit. You know, obviously playing on the road, the noise is something you always have to worry about. So if you can quiet the crowd a little bit, I mean that just helps with everything.
And so, I mean, we're going to have to be ready for the run, especially with them. I mean, they like to, do a lot of power out stuff, a lot of guards pulling and stuff like that. But they also got a good QB back there that can also evade the pocket. So we're going to have to be able to keep contained on him.
Michigan State certainly has an identity, and it's worked pretty well for them. So my guess is when they threw our stuff on, probably didn't look a lot different to them, and then vice versa. Not that the players have changed. There aren't many guys left from the last time we played on either side of the ball for either team.
The Hawkeyes and Spartans kick off at 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturday in East Lansing. We'll both be there, so hopefully it'll be a good game.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
The women's soccer team faced two Big Ten rivals this weekend at home, taking on Penn State Friday night and Ohio State on Sunday. The Hawks tried to not only beat the Buckeyes, but to beat the Heat as well. And unfortunately, they fell short of these goals. Taylor Cassian has more.
After coming off a loss on Friday night against Penn State, the Iowa soccer team was hopeful to get a win against Ohio State on Sunday. The temperatures were at an almost record high for a September day, and unfortunately it showed on the field. The game started out strong for both teams, yet ended in a heartbreaking loss for the Hawks, who dealt with calls that did not go in their favor for a majority of the second half. The Buckeyes went on to score 2 goals within that final 45, claiming the victory over the Hawkeyes.
I think that, honestly, I felt like we defended really well, especially in the first half. There were a few balls that trickled through that I had to come out on, but other than that, honestly, I think we defended really well, kept them shooting from 30-plus yards out, and I think that we did do the same in the second half. I just think that set pieces, we have to be more mentally engaged. So, I mean, at the end of the day, is what our downfall was.
Just trying to pick each other up on the field, like just trying to calm each other down. Like it might be hectic for a couple of minutes, but then shortly after that, it's just like, okay, everyone's emotions are under control, and just making sure that everyone is on the same page.
I mean, I think we're frustrated anyways, just because we feel like we've played well enough to maybe get a couple points out of the last 2 games here, and I think for us it's just about persevering forward and being committed to each other, but we need to get better. We're not good enough up front right now, and I think everyone looks at the back end and the goals we're giving up, but our forwards aren't creating enough chances right now, and we need to work with them. And
as Big Ten play continues this weekend for the Hawks, they will look to add another win to their conference record and return to Iowa City happier than they left the field on Sunday.
It looks like Hawkeye Volleyball has some pretty big matchups this weekend here in Iowa City. Let's toss it over to Taylor Van Fleet, who caught up with the team at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Hawkeye Volleyball officially began Big Ten play over the weekend. The Hawks first grabbed a win at Rutgers on Friday, but unfortunately fell to a very tough Penn State team on Saturday. And Iowa's schedule will not be getting easier anytime soon, as number 7 Wisconsin and number 3 Minnesota come into town this weekend.
A lot of good signs this past weekend. I thought we dominated when we need to. I thought we competed really hard against Penn State at times, and now we just have to find a way to be more consistent.
We are working really hard on being like a closing team. Like, we're always really close at the end and just haven't had the chance to really finish those tough games. So working hard on that in practice.
There's plenty of motivation, plenty of ammo to think about, but really the bottom line for us is we're just working on trying to be better as a Hawkeye volleyball team.
Penn State, first set we kind of came out slow and just I don't think we were confident in ourselves, but after that we started to be more confident and we played really well, and even though we didn't get the W, we took a set off of them, and I think just knowing that if we play our best game that we can beat those top 10 teams.
And although the Hawks did put up a strong fight against Penn State last week, head coach Bon Szymanski says it's time for them to stop relying on those moral victories and start closing out games and getting those wins. This weekend is going to be another great chance for the Hawks to do so. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Taylor Van Fleet with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
It looks like we should be expecting some pretty intense games this weekend. You can come see the Hawks at home in Carver as they take on number 7 Wisconsin on Friday and number 3 Minnesota on Saturday. Starting times for both those matches are at 7 p.m.
Tune in tomorrow to take a closer look at two sisters on the Iowa soccer team.
And we'll give you an inside look at 2 unique sports here at the University of Iowa. Guys, back to you.